Hey, what's up everyone? This is Jim LaBuda here once again. Today, we're going to take a look at the golf swing of your U.S. Open champion, Wyndham Clark. Wyndham qualified in the second spot to represent the United States in the Ryder Cup this September. He's going to be one of 3 Ryder Cup rookies so far that have been on the squad. Wyndham's a very powerful player, has a real solid golf swing. Let's go ahead and take a look. A couple of things here that make his swing so powerful and things you can copy. One of the first things you want to look at is his takeaway here. As he starts moving the golf club away from the ball, I want to stop it right here because we talk a lot about a one-piece takeaway. Look here how his hands are still in front of his chest. So this is definitely a body rotation here. He's using the upper body to rotate away from the golf ball instead of trying to move his hands and arms. Similar to what like a Brian Harman does. Brian moves his hands a little bit faster, a little bit further. Wyndham definitely has a little bit more rotation here in his upper body. As he starts keeping going back, we stop where the golf club or the left arm gets parallel out of the ground here. You can see at this point, he doesn't have as much wrist hinge as most players do at this point. He's got a little bit later of a wrist hinge. So at this point in time, most players would have the golf club a little bit straighter up here. We form an L with that left arm and the golf club, and then he just continues to turn to the top. But this is where he starts making the move that's going to help him create all this lag in the golf swing. As he keeps going here, his wrists continue to flex. So as he gets to the top of the swing now, I know we can't really see his hands up there, but our focus is going to be on this lead hip. Wyndham does a really good job of taking his core, and that's really what he engages to get the downswing started with the lower body. But as he starts moving now, look how that left hip and that core, and he really moves his whole midsection, his left hip, and as he comes down, now let's stop where the club gets parallel, or the left arm's parallel out of the ground again. You can see there's a little bit of bend in that arm, but now look at the angle that he's created here. So again, he's gotten the golf club a little bit more to the top of the swing. He's allowed that whipping motion to create this lag in the golf swing, and this is where all his power comes from. You'll see as he starts driving into the golf ball now, when the hands get to the trail thigh, look at that lag that's still being held there. And this is, again, where Wyndham's going to get all his power from. We want to make sure that we're creating lag the correct way and not artificially. Too many times we see players get to the top of their swing, and what they do is they exaggerate that wrist hinge, and that's where he can lead to ball striking issues. But now as Wyndham starts getting into impact, you can see that his hands, once again, leading ahead of the golf ball there. His shaft definitely has forward shaft lean. His head has definitely come down a little bit. He's a little bit behind the ball. But again, at this point in time, when we focus on where his chest is, you can see that his chest right here is going to be right in line with those hands. So he's got a lot of rotation through the golf swing. But again, he's staying connected and he's staying in one piece throughout the swing. So if you're looking to add some distance to every club in your bag, let's focus on this move from the top of the swing. Let's not set the wrist too early. Let's get him going to the top. Think about the motion of almost snapping a towel is what we want to exaggerate here. He gets to the top of the swing, makes that move with the lower body, and he increases that wrist angle coming down. And that's what's going to help Wyndham Clark, or that's what has helped Wyndham Clark qualify for his first Ryder Cup, win his first major, and hopefully he'll be able to put some points on the board for the U.S. Ryder Cup team this September.